There's no better way to start off your year right as a business than to have a kickoff for your sales team. If you want to maximize professional development, giving out awards, and motivating your team, then you want to learn how to plan a 2-day sales kickoff, and I'm going to teach you how to do it right now.
Hey, if you're new to our YouTube channel or you've been following along for a long time, one thing I know is that you want to put on an event that people love. So do we. So we have a ton of resources at elevate.tips for you to check out in the description below. So click that link and you can get those resources.
So the first thing that you want to do when you are planning your own sales kickoff is answer this very simple question. Why are you hosting this event? Now, this is a great question to ask whenever you plan any event, but specifically for this one, because you don't want to host a sales event just for fun and for giggles. You want to actually host an event to motivate your team so that your business can make more money. Now, here is how you can do that. Number one is you want to split the programming up into 2 separate days. Think of them as almost 2 separate events. And when you do that, you're going to set yourself up for success. Now, day one, here's a couple of things that you could include that would make it a really great day. You would, number one, start off with thinking through the afternoon and the evening. Now, this applies to either virtual or in person. If you're virtual, you would obviously be streaming it from a studio, a lot like one that I'm standing in now. Or if you're doing it in person, you want to fly everybody in. Maybe they're coming from across the country or across the globe, which is why we recommend starting in the afternoon on day one. So when you start, you can do a simple welcome, have a really fun engagement, including maybe a conference opener. We've got one that is really fun where people use musical instruments and it gets everybody on the same page. Then after you do the welcome and the conference opener, you can go straight into it with session one, where I would recommend and we would recommend giving company updates. Have a vice president or someone from the C-suite executive or a manager give updates on the company where you are. And then session two, talk about the future of the company, where you are going. Because Zig Ziglar said it best. He said, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. So giving future the company updates, you want to make sure to give goals and a big picture vision of 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now. That is a great framework to think about. After you do these things, then consider giving your team a break, have a cocktail hour, and then you can close it out with a really fun dinner and awards. Now, here's why these last elements are super important. Give your people a break because especially if they flew in that same day or if they drove in that same day, you're going to want to give them a break just to get refreshed before the awards. They can even change a tire between sessions. And then have a cocktail hour, because if they are flying in and driving in, or maybe they're zooming in virtually, it might have been a while since they've been able to see some of these people, whether on video just because they don't talk that often, or in person because they don't interact because they're located in different locations. Either way, it's really important to offer this time. And if you don't want to offer drinks, that's okay. You can still offer the same thing, but over virtual Zoom calls or in person with, just call it a happy hour. And then the last one, why it's so important, is dinner and awards. Now, dinner, of course, everybody's got to eat, right? I mean, I got to eat, you got to eat, we all got to eat. So that's important. But then pair it up with awards. And here's why. What's celebrated is what gets reproduced. So if you're gonna give out awards, make sure you award the behavior that you want celebrated, because the people that don't win the award, they're going to achieve even higher for next year. And so are your top performers. They're gonna feel rewarded for the hard work that they've been putting in. Then day two, consider closing out with the morning and early afternoon so that everyone can go home or get back to work if they're already home and they're zooming in virtually. Now, you can start off with a simple good morning kickoff. Say, welcome, we're so glad that you're back. Recap from day one, and then cast vision for day two. Then go straight into it with session three. You can have a speaker and a panel. Maybe it's a panel of your customers or a panel of your employees or a panel of professionals that are from outside the company. Either way, You can go to a quick break. You can have session 4, which might be another speaker like a professional development or maybe an executive from the company, and then do a Q&A with them in the room as well. Have a break, and then do breakout sessions. This is a really fun idea if you want to get people talking and breaking into small groups. And you can use breakout sessions virtually or in person to allow even more voices to speak into the business, as well as you can break out maybe into regions or divisions within your company. Then you want to close out with lunch. And finally, we recommend having 2 sessions to close, which really is about in the same one, but if you would close out with a motivational speaker and then a big closing hurrah, because here's what I want you to think about. Your event today is a memory tomorrow. So the last sessions that you have, how are you going to leave people feeling, and what are they going to be thinking about when they're logging off of your virtual sales kickoff or they're leaving your in-person one? So it's incredibly important to leave them feeling a certain way of how you want them to remember the event. Now, that's a brief overview for you of day 1, day 2. Day 1 again is evening and afternoon, and day 2 is morning and early afternoon, and then everyone can go home and go back to work. Now, this is a picture of what it might look like to do this in person. You can make it a really fun event. You can have live musicians, a band, a dance floor, a DJ after the awards. That is a great option, and we do that for a couple of our clients. And then this is a quick video highlight of what it looks like to do it virtually. You can engage with a Zoom wall. You can give awards to people in person or virtually, and then broadcast it for everyone to see. So again, you can handle this 2-day sales kickoff either in person or virtually. And if you have any questions, we would love it. We would love it to answer them for you. And then a pro tip, a hashtag pro tip that I have for you is add what we call moments of engagement throughout the entire event. Now, this is a great pro tip for any event, but specifically for this one. Make sure to sprinkle in and to spread out different activities where you are getting the crowd to interact with you. So you can do this during sessions when the speakers are going to be talking for maybe 20 or 40 minutes. Make sure to have them ask people to put something in the chat box, or make sure to have a microphone that you can pass around in the room with you to ask questions. Some way of engaging them together. Now, if this was helpful for you, I would love it if you gave us the thumbs up on this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and click the bell icon, which means you're gonna get notified every time we put out a new video just like this, which is about a how-to video. We've got idea videos, and we have icebreaker game videos for you. So thank you guys so much, and be sure to go out and have a great year. And one way to do that is by having an amazing sales kickoff event. Hi everyone, I'm going to teach you how to plan. If you go to elevate.spit backwards.